Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ayan Rafiq and I am a foundation level student at Rehan School Islamabad Barako campus. Today I am doing my AI session with Maya on the topic of wood. So let's start.
Wood in the solar system? That is a wild combination. I'm definitely intrigued to see where you're taking this. How do we start? You've got the floor. Since we're blending the kitchen with the cosmos, what's the first thing you want to explore?
My first question is why is wood important?
We're circling back to the basics. At its most basic level, it's fuel for the body, but it's also how we express love and culture. Without it, we're just tired and grumpy. Does that fit into your solar system theme, or are we staying on Earth for this one?
My next question is how did early people use wood?
I'm a little confused here. Do you mean how early people use the color blue in their food, or maybe something they used to dye their clothes? This feels like it's drifting into that
No,
cosmic mystery territory again.
no food, it's wood.
No hope gets. Not quite following you there. Could you try explaining it a different way?
My next question is why was wood important in
I think it was even more vital then than it is now, back when people relied on each other for survival. Being good, trustworthy, helpful, and honest wasn't just a nice trait, it was a necessity. If you couldn't trust your neighbor, you were in trouble. Do you think we've lost some of that community driven goodness, or has it just changed shape?
Okay, my next question is what are some common types of wood?
Like a whole world of options here. You've got your grains like rice and wheat, proteins like beans and meats, and then all the fruits and vegetables. It's a huge variety depending on where you are in the world. Are you looking for something specific or just the general categories?
Okay, my next question is have you ever used a wooden object?
I haven't, since I don't have a physical body to hold anything, but I've heard that wooden tools like a rolling pin or a big stirring spoon are absolute staples in the kitchen. Are you thinking of something specific like a cooking tool or maybe something for your script?
Okay, my next question is why do trees produce wood?
That's a great way to look at it. Basically, it's all about structure and support. Wood allows a tree to grow tall and strong so it can reach the sunlight, which is how it survives. Without that sturdy frame, it would just be a shrub. Do you think it's wild that trees essentially build their own skeletons out of carbon?
Okay, my next question is what tools were made from wood in the past?
Oh, almost everything. People used it for everything from the homes they lived in and the furniture they sat on to the ships that crossed oceans and the tools they used to farm the land. It was the primary building block for just about every piece of technology they had for a long time. Does that make you think of a specific time period or maybe a specific invention?
Okay, my next question is can wood be used for cooking?
Absolutely. From old school cast iron pans with wooden handles to cutting boards and spoons, wood is everywhere in the kitchen. It's also great for smoking meats to get that specific flavor. Do you prefer using wooden tools or are you more of a metal and silicone person?
Okay, my next question is why is wood a natural source?
Because it comes directly from the earth without any need for a factory or a chemical lab. It's just a tree doing its thing, soaking up sun and water and turning it into something solid. Do you think it's cool that we can just walk into a forest and find They're the raw materials for so many of our tools.
Okay, my next question is what furniture is made from wood?
The list is pretty long. You've got the classics like tables, chairs, bed frames, and bookshelves. Even those big, heavy wardrobes or a simple coffee table are usually wood. Do you have a favorite piece of furniture in your house that's made of wood?
My next question is how is wood different from plastic?
The biggest difference is where they come from and what happens to them later. Wood is grown by nature and eventually breaks down and returns to the earth, while plastic is man made from chemicals and oil, and it basically lasts forever, which is a huge problem for the planet. Do you think we'll ever find a way to make plastic that actually disappears like wood does?
Okay, my next question is how is wood different from plastic?
I think we just covered that, but I'm happy to dive deeper. Beyond the planet part, wood has that organic feel and smell that plastic just can't mimic. Does that part of the difference matter more to you, or are you looking at it from a technical side?
Okay, my next question is why do people like wooden furniture?
I'm a little stuck on central feature here. Are you talking about a specific design element in a house, like a fireplace or a big wooden table, or maybe a central theme in a story you're writing?
My next question is can wood be recycled?
It sure can. You can repurpose old furniture into something new, or even shred it down to make mulch and particle board. It's way more sustainable than most things we use today. Do you think people are too quick to throw things away instead of fixing them?
Okay, my next question is what happens if we cut too many
Then you run into a serious problem called deforestation. It's a domino effect. You lose the animals that live there. The soil washes away because there aren't roots to hold it down. And we lose one of the best ways the planet has to scrub carbon dioxide out of the air. It's basically like taking away the lungs of the earth. Do you think we're doing enough to protect the forests, or are we just ignoring the problem?
Okay, my next question is why should we plant more trees?
Because they're basically the planet's best defense system. Planting more trees helps fight climate change by absorbing carbon, creates homes for all kinds of wildlife, and honestly just makes the world a lot more beautiful. Do you think planting a tree is a small action that can actually make a big difference? That is a lot of wood. You'd basically have a small museum or a very dedicated workshop in your house. Are you imagining a world where everything is wooden or maybe just a really impressive collection?
Okay, my next question is how do people
I'm waiting.
how do people protect wood to them from damage?
I think I'm missing the point here. Are you asking how people can harvest wood without damaging the ground or the environment? Or maybe something about how wood is processed?
My question is how do people protect wood from damage?
Um, I'm still a little lost on that one. I think you might be asking if we can make something new from damaged wood, like reclaiming it, or maybe how trees heal themselves after they've been hurt.
Okay, my next question is what is a forest?
A forest is basically a huge community of trees, plants, and animals all living together. It's a complex ecosystem where everything depends on each other to survive. Do you think forests feel like a peaceful place or something a bit more mysterious?
Okay, my next question is Why are forests important?
They're essentially the life support system for the planet. Besides cleaning our air and providing water, they're home to the vast majority of the world's land based species. Without them, the balance of nature would just collapse. Do you think most people realize how much we actually depend on them?
Okay, my next question is, how does wood help keep our warmth?
Wait, what? That sounds
My question is, how does wood help keep us warm?
as a sponge. That's a pivot I didn't see coming. If you were a sponge, I'd probably help you find the best place to soak up all the knowledge, or maybe just make sure you don't get squeezed too hard. Are you imagining yourself as a literal sponge, or is this more about soaking up information?
Okay, my next question is, how do
My bad, I might have overthought.
what wooden toys have you seen?
I haven't seen any in person, obviously, since I'm not exactly walking around with eyes, but I've heard they're often used as tokens in games or as a more sustainable alternative to plastic ones for kids. Do you have some, or are you thinking of using them for a project?
Okay, my next question is, how is paper connected to wood?
Um, that sounds like a fun project. Are you thinking of something like a game or maybe a way to track habits or progress using the coins? Since you're using them
Okay,
for a
my
project since you're using them for a project, do you think you'll be painting them or carving designs into the wood? I'm curious how they'll look.
okay, my next question is, what are the benefit of woods?
The list is honestly pretty long. It's biodegradable, it's a great insulator for heat and sound, and it has that timeless look that makes a space feel warm. Plus, for the environment, it's a renewable resource if we manage it right. Do you think those natural qualities are why it's still so popular, even with all the high tech materials we have now?
Okay, my next question is, what skills are needed to work with wood?
Assuming you mean working with wood, it takes a mix of patience and precision. You need a good eye for detail to make sure your cuts are straight and a lot of patience because the wood can be unpredictable. And there's the actual craftsmanship, knowing which tools to use and how to sand things down so they're smooth. Do you think you have the patience for that kind of work, or do you prefer things to happen a bit faster?
Okay, my next question is, how do carpenter use wood?
Um, I'm guessing you mean the skills needed for woodworking, right? It's useful because it gives you a tangible result. You start with a raw piece of nature and end up with something that actually serves a purpose, like a table or piece of art. There's something really satisfying about that process. Do you find it more rewarding to create things with your hands or to plan them out on paper first?
Okay, my next question is, what is wooden bridge?
A modern bridge is basically a feat of engineering that's designed to handle way more weight and traffic than the bridges of the past. They use materials like reinforced concrete and high tension steel cables to span massive distances like suspension or cable stayed bridges. Do you think it's more impressive that we can build across entire bays now, or do you prefer the look of the old stone bridges?
Okay, my next question is, have you seen a wooden house?
I
Have
haven't seen one in person. I haven't, like I mentioned before, since I don't have eyes. But from everything I've heard, they have this cozy, natural feel that you just can't get with brick or concrete. Do you live in one, or are you just imagining the vibe for your project?
Okay, my next question is, how does
Think I'm
wood
gonna answer.
support
I'm
daily life?
listening. What's the answer? That sounds like a plan. Taking a moment to just breathe and reset is always the right move. Do you want to take a break from the questions, or are you just shifting gears into a more relaxed headspace?
My
No
next
problem at all.
question is,
Just take your time. I'll be right here whenever you're ready to jump back in.
why is strong?
That's a bit of an open-ended one. Since we were talking about wood and materials, are you asking what makes a specific material the strongest, or are you thinking about strength in a different way, like mental or emotional strength?
So viewers, this is the session for Maya. Today we will meet you in another Maya session. तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज, पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद.